What up, party people? You know what time it is. It's your boy, Talia came home and she's like, yo, you gotta listen to this. So, it's pretty funny. Alright, go.
So, it was such bullshit because I had just gotten off work with the shittiest fucking day ever. And, I'm actually driving the speed limit for once. Alright? And nothing's wrong on my car for once. So, I'm in a school zone and I see this cop car pull like right in front of me. He's on the left lane, I'm on the right lane. I'm like 2 car lanes behind him on the right. And like, I'm going 25 miles an hour. Even though you don't even have to drive 25 miles an hour when it's not in school hours. So, but he's fucking driving slow, so I'm like, alright, I'm not gonna fucking pass him, so I'm gonna go 25 miles an hour. So, all of a sudden, he turns on his lights like he's gonna pull someone over. You know, the fucking red, blue, flashing lights, those ones, alright? So what do you do when a cop just stops in the left lane, just fucking stops? And turns those lights on, what do you do?
I would keep going.
Exactly. Like, Andrew says he'd keep going. Alright. Well, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Just stopping in the middle. Like, what's going on, you know? So, I slowed down. I mean, how much more can you slow down? I'm going 25 miles an hour. I fucking slowed down to like 5 miles, you know? Didn't fucking see anything, so I fucking kept going. And, immediately, once I passed him, he pulls me over. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, there was another car behind me, too.
Yeah.
That fucking, well, actually, more or less behind him. And, just fucking went right through, right after. And, like, so the cop pulls me over, and he's like, can I see your license, registration, blah, 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 all the bullshit.
Trying to flirt.
And I'm like, yeah. I'm, like, scrambling for my stuff. And, I was like, why am I being pulled over? And he's like, well, I turned my lights on and you didn't stop. I was like, why would I stop?
Yeah.
You know, like, he looked at me like I was an idiot. But I honestly, like, okay, maybe I am a little, like, fucking retarded when it comes to the rules about this shit, but I don't remember that shit. And did they fucking change it since I was last in school? Fucking my freshman year in high school, I took the, what is it, fucking DMV class?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and I was like, why would I stop? And he's like, well, there was someone crossing and you almost hit them. I was like, I didn't see anyone. He's like, exactly, you almost hit them. And I was like, so if someone was crossing, I was like, wouldn't you put on your yellow lights? Like, at a you know the crosswalks, they have flashing yellow lights. I was like, why wouldn't you put on yellow lights? And he started to beat around the bush with me because he was a little bitch.
Yeah.
And like, he's like, well, I turned the first lights on, and then I turned the second lights on, and then the third one is to pull you over. And I'm like, okay, so you didn't have yellow lights on? And I'm no shit fucking talking to him like this because I feel like a fucking idiot because I really don't understand what's going on right now. Like, I'm stressed out because I had a fucking bad day at work. And, like, I honestly just wanted to get home. Like, not even fucking rushing. I'm so tired. And, like, he looks at me and, like, kind of starts laughing. And I was like, so you didn't have yellow lights on, or like, aren't you supposed to have yellow lights on? Like, doesn't that mean someone's crossing, yield? Like, it's when red lights flash, that means stop and then go. But you had the red and blue lights on. Like, I'm fucking confused right now. And, like, could you imagine if I had a fucking drink in me or if I was fucking high or something? Like, I'd be confused as shit. And I'm fucking sober right now. And, so he fucking tells me, he's like, yeah, it's called an open an open crosswalk. And I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, why aren't you giving the person a jaywalking ticket? Like, why are you giving me a ticket? And, like, I'm not trying to sound rude about it, but, like, I honestly am so fucking confused. And, like, he's like, 'cause it's an open crosswalk. And I was like, what does that even mean? And, like...
Is it, like, so they can kind of just walk whenever they want? Like, is that what it
I'm
is?
like, 'cause I know people that have gotten jaywalking tickets, and, like, you can't cross the street unless there's some lines for them to cross, or if there's a light at the other end telling them that they can cross. And he's like, no, you can cross as long as there's no signs posted saying you can't cross. And I'm like, so I can just cross the street anywhere?
I can cross the
and
freeway?
I wasn't trying to be a smart ass, but I'm like, is he fucking with me right now? Like, am I fucking dreaming? Because the shit that he's saying is just honestly not making sense to me. And I feel like a complete retard. So if someone fucking knows if he was really fucking with me, please comment on this, because I have no idea whether I was, like, being punked or, like, if he was being serious.
He's probably just trying to flirt.
No, like, I mean, how...
Did you get a ticket?
No. Okay, end result.
Yeah, he was flirting.
End result, okay? He takes all my shit. He's processing it. All right. I live in Hollywood, okay? All of my papers, like my mail and everything,
are from the valley.
my driver's license, it's still from the valley, okay? And when I say the valley, I mean the Central Valley, Central California, like, and the reason why I have not changed this is because I'm really cheap, okay? And I don't want to have to pay the DMV fee to, like, get a new license. And also, once I switch my license to LA, my insurance is going to go up for my car.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it's going to go up by $400 because I already looked into it. So I'm not going to do that. So he asked me, when he comes back after he processes my papers, he's like, so are you living here now? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm here for the summer. You know, I was like, oh. I was like, I'm here for the summer. I was like, I live in Visalia. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, I was like, I live in Visalia. And he was like, so you live there. How long have you been here? And I was like, well, I'm starting to think about the laws on, like, how long you can be in a certain place without having to transfer papers. And I think that it's only from state to state, but I know, like, from one state to another state, you can't be there longer than, like, 14 days without, like, registering something. So I'm like, oh, I've only been here for a week since I was in Visalia. And he's like, so you just got off work, but you live in Visalia. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm just staying here for the summer. I was like, that's my summer job. I was like, I commute back and forth, and I was like, you know, like, I'm only going to be here for another couple of weeks because I'm going to be starting school in Visalia. And, like, I'm a fucking smart liar, right? I don't even know how I'm a brilliant mind, and I just somehow think of this shit instantly in my head. But I was fucking amazing. And he just ate all that shit up. So, anyway, he's like, okay, well, I'll give you two options. Either I'll give you a fix-it ticket, and...
For having nothing wrong?
He's like, either I'll give you a fix-it ticket, and that'll only cost, like, a small amount, or I'll give you the actual ticket, and it's going to cost you $1,000 because you didn't stop when I turned my lights on when I was in the lane next to you. He didn't say that part. But he was in the fucking lane next to me, stopping in the middle of the road. So, at this point, I was like, well, what the fuck would you give me a fix-it ticket for? Like, and then I just asked him, I'm like, well, what would be the fix-it ticket for? And he's like, well, if you said that you lived here and wanted to use an address that you're staying at here, then I'll just give you a fix-it ticket for that, and you can change your driver's license to over here. And I was like,
for the summer.
I was like, but I don't live here. And he's like, well, then I could give you the other ticket and you can pay $1,000 for it.
Yikes.
And like, so I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I paused for a good 30 seconds and I just like looked at all the shit, like the fucking paperwork I had in my lap. And I like seriously just stared down at my paperwork for like 30 seconds, like dumbfounded. And then the partner, his other cop partner, speaks up finally. He has a voice. And he's like, what do you do for work? And I was like, I'm a server. And like, he's like, well, where are you a server at? And I was like, blah, 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 you know? And the other guy's like, yeah, I knew you were a server. And he's like, that's why I don't mind giving you a fix-it ticket, because I know you're a server and you work hard or whatever. I saw your apron. And I'm like, so, like, you just want to fuck me in one way possible way is what you're telling me. Like, you're going to not give me the fucking ticket for what I actually did, and you want to charge me for something that supposedly I'm not even guilty for. And I just stare at them like I'm still a fucking retard and I have no idea what's going on. And like the other guy, the one that had no voice, he speaks up again and he's like, do you just want a warning? And I was like, well, yeah, if I could. And like, he's like, all right, well, all you had to do was ask. And I'm like, are you fucking with me right now? Like, really? Because I've asked for warnings plenty of times and they never fucking give it to me.
I know, right? I asked
like,
for a warning and they're like, nope, that doesn't exist.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm still fucking confused. So if anyone knows whether I was being punked, like, I have no idea. Can you please tell me the rules when it comes
the rules of the road?
Yeah, the road, because I feel like a retard. So end result, he just gave me all my paperwork back, and then I saw another fucking cop across the street, oncoming traffic, do the same fucking thing. So that's what makes me think that they're fucking with me. And I'm like, God, these motherfuckers are telling me I can cross the street wherever the fuck I want. Like, I'm gonna cross the street and get a fucking ticket. So now I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So they took off and they're like, oh, let's meet up with him, blah, blah, blah. Because the fucking cop, like, turned his fucking lights on, wanted to pull someone over. So, like, they just left. And I'm just fucking left sitting there in my car, like, feeling like a retard. So, let us know, America. Let us know. Thanks.